people, Tiffany B here. Welcome back to my channel. On this channel, we talk about community and economic development, lifestyle, small business, entrepreneurship, and family. And today I just wanted to pop in and tell y'all about how I'm feeling some type of way. I recently was introduced to a new term, and that new term is Geriatric Millennial. Yeah, I feel very much so disrespected. It's almost, I liken it to someone saying, oh, you were born in the late 1900s. I feel some type of way about it. I feel some type of way about it, So I wanted to pop in today to talk a little bit about what a geriatric millennial is defined as, and then also talk about how that translates to this new wave of mass exodus from the traditional workspace into entrepreneurship, small business, and into creative spaces for many. So let's just jump right into it. I did a little bit of research on Google University. And so entrepreneur.com defines the geriatric millennial as a special micro generation born in the early 1980s who are comfortable with analog and digital forms of communication. So people born between 1980 and 1985. Okay. So can we just take a moment and talk about why is it that we feel the need to label so much? Like, if you are a millennial, you're a millennial. But I guess it's this new wave of micro generation and micro labeling of groups of folks. So wanted to give my thoughts on this and where I am with it. Here's what I will say. Here's what I will agree with. I am definitely of the last group of folks who college was one of those things, was a preparation. Now, it certainly is important if you do want to get, higher education, whether it be a bachelor's or even further, doctorates, things of that, masters, all that stuff, all of those levels of education, if you desire to achieve that, it's important and it's definitely something to be celebrated. I feel, though, that I was probably the last of the millennials, if you will, that was taught that, going to college after high school was the best route to take, I would say. And I was taught that, you go to college, you get a degree, you get a job in that field, and you probably are going to have to play around a little bit, maybe 2 to 3 jobs in. I believe one professor told me in particular that, you'll find the perfect fit or the one that you're going to stay with for a long time after maybe 2 or 3 jobs. So that's the mindset I kind of took. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to specialize in a certain area of study. I couldn't decide at the time when I was in college. I had a love for both business and I had a love for people. So basically what I did was I said, okay, I'm kind of split here. I majored in marketing and then I minored in sociology. So I felt like that was the perfect mix for so many reasons. And it's proven to be true. I think down through my career, I've used skill sets from both areas of study. So basically, I was taught, hey, get a job and just work that thing. And then you eventually retire. And that's pretty much how it goes. So that's what I did. I graduated, got a job. The second job was the one that I stayed the longest at. I think I mentioned a little bit about my previous employer that I was at for almost 13 years. And that one was the second job, I guess, major job out of college. And I stayed there and was able to really utilize my skill sets in both the areas of sociology and in business. And it was definitely full of just lessons and so many different experiences that I can certainly use outside of the workplace and into this new phase of entrepreneurship. So grateful for that. And so the idea of, kind of getting a job. And I also was a part of that last wave of folks to actually get a pension. That's kind of extinct at this point. But I took the job. I didn't even know really. And I guess at the time, it's like, when you think about things like pensions and retirement and things like that, it seemed so far away. I didn't even realize I was a part of the last of the Mohicans, if you will, of getting this payment, this pension, this retirement plan that I would qualify for. But I was able to get it. I squeaked right in. I think maybe a few months to a year after I started, they stopped the whole pension program. So I was lucky to squeeze in right before the buzzer. So I was told basically this was the way of life, the 9 to 5, kind of the rat race, if you will. Monday through Friday was going to be my existence. And, here's what I will say about my generation, or my micro generation, if you will. One thing that I have always taken seriously in my life, and this whole micro generation thing is new to me. But I do feel like there are some values, traditional values, that have been retained as it relates to being an older millennial from the previous generation than the latter in the millennial generation. And that is the value of, I think, time and commitment, I would say. And even that kind of varies. It varies, not even just within the millennial group or set, but also outside of that as well. But I always, definitely stuck to those traditional beliefs of time. Definitely be there Monday through Friday, work hard, be loyal to the employer, if you will. That sounds so disgusting to say now. It just doesn't feel right coming out of my mouth. But basically I said, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to come every day, show my commitment for the first 6 years, I think, of being there. It was a long time. It was a long stretch. I did not feel comfortable taking extensive vacation time. And I don't think I did. At the time that I left that employer, I had hundreds of hours in leave. That is highly unhealthy. And I don't recommend. At all. Take your time. If you earn it, take it. Now, you could cash it in. For me, I cashed it in. And, that has its benefits, but really the time and that relaxation that I missed out on was probably way more valuable than actually cashing in on those hours. But basically I had this mindset that I had to be to work, show how diligent I was, show how valuable I was to the organization. And I did just that. I took very little vacation time. I took little, time for myself, at all. And worked hard, kind of rose in ranks a little, and definitely just kept it moving. And it's interesting because now, post the traditional workspace and in this new realm of existence, being an entrepreneur and a creative where I own my time, I am finding it easier, I think, to focus a lot of time on working, but I have learned balance. I suppose the younger millennials have encouraged and inspired me some to focus a little bit more time on myself. But yeah, it's definitely a different feeling to have to work through and balance, and that is personal time and work time, because the traditional way. And I think just in everything, it's just like it's always been work, right? This unhealthy ideal of what a successful person looked like, whether that's in the traditional workspace or outside of the traditional workspace. So yeah, y'all, I just really popped in today to just share with y'all this new term. And I also will say this, I am, okay, I'll admit it. Maybe I do have some of the values of perhaps a older or geriatric still doesn't feel right coming out, but but an older millennial, the technology space, of course, I probably was the last in my group, my age group, that I took a typing class. I took a typing class. It was like in middle school, but I took a typing class, and I took learning about, the internet, I guess early 2000s, late 1990s. I refuse to say late 1900s. I learned we had, actual computer class, if you will. So maybe I am the last of the Mohicans in that regard. But I think in general, we still have that, some of those ideals or those values of younger millennials, in that we do want some of the freedom that we think were denied at some point in the traditional workspace. And it's interesting now, the transition into being a full-time entrepreneur and what that looks like. Some of the values I do want to retain as an older millennial, and that is the value of time and the value of working hard. Not that younger millennials don't work hard. I mean, everyone, I'm saying people of every age group working hard, but I think there is a new found eagerness and hunger for being free, which is, I don't think not just a generational thing. I think it's just a human transition. I think a lot of people are finally saying, you know what, I don't want to just do this for 30 years of my life, 35 years of my life, and walk away with time served in a plaque and some cake and some pictures and some, and some accolades from folks that we worked with, fake accolades, genuine accolades, all of that stuff. But I think everyone is yearning for something greater. They're yearning to fulfill what their true purpose and passion is, and I think that is absolutely beautiful. So that's where I am too. I left the traditional workplace to pursue my higher purpose, my purpose, for the greater good of humanity in general. So I am so grateful to be in this space, and I am grateful to have a blended viewpoint, if you will, of what the millennial space looks like, the millennial age group embodies, as well as probably some of those older traditional values. So I will say that, I don't know, I guess I'll wear that title, that badge, as an honor. And what do y'all think? Put some comments below. Let me know what you think. What do you think about first of all, are you a geriatric millennial? And if you are, do you feel like there is a difference between the geriatric millennial and the other millennials? Or if you're not a geriatric millennial, do you see the difference between a geriatric millennial and the traditional millennial, I guess, the rest of the millennials? Let me know. I love to talk about it. I just think it's interesting to just delve into these things. And by the way, are we the only group that's been kind of a micro subset of the age group in total? I don't know. I just feel like we're becoming so label hungry these days. Yes. Hey guys, checking in with the business of the week. And this week, I am delighted to highlight Creative Soul Photography. Creative Soul Photography is a company based here in Atlanta. It is a dynamic duo, a married couple, Regis and Karen Bethencourt. And I have a quick story about this particular company and this couple. I got the pleasure of meeting them several years ago at the Sweet Auburn Fest here in Atlanta. And I was walking through, enjoying the festivities, and I came upon them, and something about them just drew me in. I mean, literally, they are just an amazing, just vibrant couple. And I just had to go over and talk to them. And we talked a little bit and found out that they were local photographers. They specialized at the time in lifestyle photography mainly. And I think they also did newborn photo shoots as well. And I wanted to do something special for my upcoming birthday. And I said, you know what? My birthday's in a few months. I want to do a photo shoot, and that'll be different and kind of cool. So I linked up with them and had the pleasure to do so. They are phenomenal to work with. I'm so blessed that I got to cross paths with them. Since then, I have linked up with them and followed them in every way on every social media platform, and literally watched their careers just take off, and I couldn't be more ecstatic about it. Creative Soul Photography now is pretty much their worldwide renowned photographers. And if you haven't gotten a chance yet, they do have a compilation of their photography, and I highly recommend that you get it. It was all the rave last holiday season, but it is called A Glory, and this is Magical Visions of Black Beauty. If you do not have this in your collection, I highly recommend that you get it. I'll be linking it below, but this is just a compilation of just beautiful artwork to me. You can just open it up literally to any page and just be in awe with how talented this couple really is. So I am so elated to just really highlight them in all their glory. So definitely run out, grab this. It's a coffee table book. It stays inside here. It goes with my theme, very earth toned and just beautiful collection of artwork and photography. So definitely run out and get that. That's the business of the week. For watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Looking forward to continuing this journey. Looking forward to chatting more. Just wanted to pop in and let y'all know my thoughts and feelings on this whole deal with being a geriatric millennial. I look forward to chatting with y'all. Always remember to pursue your passion and never be afraid to heal. See y'all later. Bye.